is a creature in our oceans that has no brain, no heart, no bones, and no blood. Yet it hunts, moves, senses, and in some cases even cheats death itself. It does not think, but it reacts. It does not plan, but it survives. And in at least one species, it does not even truly die. The jellyfish looks simple, almost fragile, drifting through the water like a living plastic bag. But behind that soft, transparent body is one of the strangest survival systems ever created by nature. Jellyfish should not work. By every rule of biology, they should fail. And yet they have survived for more than 500 million years, outlasting dinosaurs, ice ages, and mass extinctions. When you see a jellyfish floating peacefully near the surface, it looks harmless, even beautiful. But that image hides something deeply unnatural. Jellyfish are not just animals. They are living systems built in a way that no other creature is. They do not operate like fish, mammals, or even other invertebrates. They are biological anomalies, operating by a different set of rules. And once you understand how they really work, you start to realize that jellyfish are not simple at all. They are one of the most alien life forms on this planet. What a jellyfish actually is. To understand why jellyfish are so abnormal, you first have to understand what they are, because the truth is stranger than most people realize. A jellyfish is not a single, unified creature in the way a dog or a fish is. It is a colony of specialized tissues that work together in a loose, decentralized way. There is no central command center, no brain making decisions, no heart pumping blood. Instead, everything is spread out, operating through a network of nerves that simply react to stimuli. Jellyfish are made up of about 95% water. That means most of what you see is not solid tissue, but a living gel. Their bodies are so simple that they barely qualify as animals by the standards we use for other creatures. And yet, they are incredibly effective predators. Their tentacles are covered in microscopic harpoons called nematocysts, each one loaded with venom. When something brushes against a tentacle, these harpoons fire instantly, injecting toxins that can paralyze or kill prey in seconds. What makes this even stranger is that jellyfish do not aim. They do not target. They do not choose. Their bodies are built so that any contact triggers a reaction. They are living traps, floating through the ocean, turning random collisions into meals. This is not intelligence. It is pure biological automation. A nervous system with no brain. One of the most disturbing things about jellyfish is that they can sense and respond to their environment without having a brain. Instead of a centralized organ, they have a nerve net that runs throughout their body. This nerve net allows them to detect light, chemicals, touch, and even gravity. It tells their muscles when to contract, when to relax, and how to pulse through the water. This means a jellyfish can swim, avoid obstacles, and react to danger without ever thinking. There is no consciousness guiding these movements. It is all reflex. The jellyfish is not aware of itself or its surroundings in the way other animals are. It is more like a living program, following instructions written into its cells. And yet this simple system works so well that jellyfish have survived longer than almost any other animal group on Earth. They existed before fish. They existed before trees. They existed before dinosaurs. While entire branches of life rose and fell, jellyfish just kept drifting, adapting, and surviving. Why jellyfish are almost indestructible? Jellyfish do not have bones to break, lungs to collapse, or complex organs to fail. Their simple structure makes them incredibly resistant to damage. If part of a jellyfish is torn, it can often regenerate. If it is attacked, it can survive injuries that would kill most animals instantly. Some species can even survive being frozen or deprived of oxygen for short periods of time. And then there is the most unbelievable ability of all. There is a species of jellyfish called Turritopsis dohrnii that can reverse its own aging. When it is injured, starved, or stressed, it can revert from its adult form back into a juvenile polyp, essentially starting its life over again. This means it is biologically immortal. It does not have to die. It can just reset. No other animal can do this. This one trait alone makes jellyfish one of the most unnatural life forms ever discovered. It breaks the basic rule that all living things must age and die. And it is not science fiction. It is happening right now, in oceans all over the world. How jellyfish kill without thinking. Jellyfish do not chase their prey. They do not stalk. They do not plan. They simply exist in the water, drifting with the currents, turning the ocean itself into a hunting ground. Their long, trailing tentacles act like invisible tripwires. When a fish, shrimp, or plankton touches one of these tentacles, thousands of microscopic stingers fire at once. Each one injects venom with surgical precision, paralyzing the victim almost instantly. What makes this even stranger is that the jellyfish does not know it is attacking anything. There is no decision being made. The cells in the tentacle react automatically to contact, triggering a chemical and mechanical response that fires the stingers. It is one of the fastest reactions in the animal kingdom, happening in just a few milliseconds. By the time the prey realizes what has happened, it is already immobilized. Once the prey is paralyzed, the jellyfish's tentacles slowly move it toward its mouth, which sits in the center of its body. This mouth is not just for eating, it also acts as the anus, because jellyfish only have one opening for both feeding and waste. The prey is digested inside a simple stomach, where enzymes break it down into nutrients that diffuse through the jellyfish's tissues. There is no blood to transport nutrients. Everything is absorbed directly. It is an incredibly simple system, and yet it works with brutal efficiency. Venom that is built to break biology. Jellyfish venom is one of the most complex and dangerous chemical weapons in the ocean. Different species have different toxins, but many of them are designed to attack the nervous system, the heart, and even the structure of cells themselves. Some jellyfish, like the box jellyfish, have venom powerful enough to kill a human in minutes by causing cardiac arrest. What makes jellyfish venom so terrifying is how fast it works. The nematocysts that deliver the venom fire faster than a bullet leaving a gun. They are powered by internal pressure so extreme that it would be impossible to replicate with human technology at such a small scale. This means that once contact is made, there is no time to react. The venom is already inside the victim. Even more disturbing is the fact that jellyfish venom continues to fire even after the jellyfish is dead. Severed tentacles can still sting hours later. The cells do not need the animal to be alive to function. They are like autonomous weapons, operating independently of the jellyfish itself. Jellyfish that glow, sense, and navigate. Some jellyfish are bioluminescent, meaning they can produce their own light. In the dark depths of the ocean, they glow in eerie blues and greens, creating ghostly shapes that pulse through the water. Scientists believe this light can be used to confuse predators, attract prey, or communicate with other jellyfish. Despite having no brain, many jellyfish can also sense light, gravity, and even obstacles. Box jellyfish, for example, have complex eyes with lenses, retinas, and corneas. They can see shapes and movement well enough to avoid obstacles like mangrove roots while swimming. And yet, they still do not have a brain. Their visual information is processed through their nerve net, creating a form of decentralized perception that is unlike anything in vertebrates. This means jellyfish can navigate their environment, avoid danger, and locate food without ever being aware of what they are doing. It is like watching a living machine operate on pure instinct. Why jellyfish are taking over the oceans? In recent decades, jellyfish populations have been exploding all over the world. Massive blooms, sometimes covering hundreds of square miles, are becoming more common. These swarms clog fishing nets, shut down power plants, and disrupt entire ecosystems. In some areas, jellyfish are becoming the dominant form of marine life. The reason for this is deeply connected to human activity. Overfishing removes the predators that would normally eat jellyfish. Climate change warms the water, creating conditions that favor their growth. Pollution adds nutrients that increase plankton, which jellyfish feed on. All of these changes create a perfect storm for jellyfish to thrive. While other animals struggle to adapt, jellyfish simply keep going. Their simple bodies, flexible life cycles, and ability to survive in low-oxygen environments give them a huge advantage. They are proof that sometimes being simple is the ultimate survival strategy. Why jellyfish may outlive us all. Jellyfish are not just survivors of the past. They are quietly becoming the winners of the future. While coral reefs bleach, fish populations collapse, and entire marine ecosystems struggle under the pressure of climate change, jellyfish continue to spread. Their biology is perfectly suited for a damaged ocean. They can tolerate low oxygen levels that would kill most fish. They can survive in polluted water. They can thrive in warmer temperatures. In a world that is becoming more unstable, jellyfish are built for chaos. This is not because they are strong in the way predators are strong. It is because they are simple in a way that most animals are not. They do not rely on complex organs that can fail. They do not depend on precise environmental conditions. They do not need a delicate balance to survive. They are adaptable, flexible, and incredibly resilient. When ecosystems collapse, jellyfish often move in and take over the empty space. Some scientists now believe that if the oceans continue to change the way they are changing, future seas may be dominated by jellyfish rather than fish. Vast, drifting swarms could become the new normal, transforming how marine life looks and functions. The ocean of tomorrow may not be full of colorful reefs and schools of fish, but of glowing, pulsing clouds of jellyfish. The strange promise. Hidden inside jellyfish. As unsettling as jellyfish can be, their bizarre biology may also hold the key to incredible scientific breakthroughs. The species that can reverse its own aging has already become one of the most studied organisms in the world. By understanding how it resets its cells, scientists hope to learn more about aging, regeneration, and even cancer. Jellyfish also produce unique proteins, including the famous green fluorescent protein, which is now used in medical research to track cells, study disease, and develop new treatments. What looks like a simple, brainless blob is actually a treasure chest of biological innovation. Once again, jellyfish prove that being strange does not mean being useless. It means being different in ways that matter. The final truth about jellyfish. Nothing about jellyfish is normal. They are animals without brains that can see, creatures without hearts that can hunt, beings without bones that can dominate ecosystems. And in at least one case, they are organisms that can escape death itself. They have survived every mass extinction Earth has thrown at them, and now they are thriving in a world that humans are struggling to keep stable. Jellyfish are not relics of a primitive past. They are a preview of a future where only the most adaptable forms of life survive. Silent, drifting, and unstoppable. They are proof that evolution does not care about beauty, intelligence, or complexity. It only cares about what works. If you enjoyed uncovering the hidden, almost alien world of jellyfish, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next deep dive into nature's most unbelievable creatures.